Hello, and today I'm going to talk about two of my favourite things, guitars and geology, specifically earthquakes. Now when I pluck a string on my guitar, the vibrations of the string produce sound waves. The sound that we hear is affected by lots of different variables, such as the thickness of the string. These lower strings are thicker than these treble strings, which have a higher pitch. Shortening the string also makes a difference. I can shorten a string by putting my finger on a fret. The string is now shorter compared to when it's open, longer. And this is because I am changing the frequency of the string. You can think about frequency as being the number of sound waves that pass a particular point in a second. Higher frequency, lower frequency. And this is easier to see with a pendulum. I've got one here. It is a rock wrapped around an old guitar string. If I have my pendulum long and start swinging it, you can see that the rate at which it swings, called its period, is relatively slow. Let's try counting 5 swings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I now shorten this string and do the same thing, counting 5 swings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see that the short string has a much higher frequency than the longer string. So what's this all got to do with earthquakes? Well, it's quite a lot to do with rock. When an earthquake happens, it produces seismic waves. Energy is released from the focus of the earthquake in all directions, and it is this energy, these seismic waves, that cause the ground to shake. But not all materials respond to these seismic waves in the same way. Different materials resonate at different frequencies, and this means that the movement of these materials is exaggerated. And this is really well demonstrated in 1940 with the Tacoma Narrows Bridge in Washington State, USA, where gusts of wind caused this bridge to start undulating really quite dramatically and eventually collapse. Thinking about resonance is vital when it comes to designing structures in earthquake-prone areas, because different materials resonate at different frequencies. This granite, this rock at the end of my pendulum, is hard and dense, and it resonates at a high frequency compared to soft sediments that will resonate at much lower frequencies. Now, thinking back to our guitar strings, we know that shorter strings, higher frequency to longer strings. Now if we now think of these strings as being buildings, a long string like this is a bit like a tall skyscraper, and a short string a bit like a bungalow. It's a very short structure. Now if you put 2 and 2 together, we have a recipe for disaster. A bungalow, short, high frequency, being built on a rock like granite, also resonating at high frequency, means that in an earthquake where they have been exposed to these seismic waves, they're most likely to collapse. And the same is true for a skyscraper being built on soft sediments, where both of them resonate at low frequencies. So one thing that's vital for urban planners in earthquake-prone areas is to build structures that are suitable for the rocks under your feet. And that means building something like a skyscraper, low frequency, on a rock like granite, high frequency. They sort of cancel each other out and be much more resistant to the energy waves, the seismic waves produced by earthquakes. Anyway, that's all from me today. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to hear more from me, please let me know. Bye.